Hi, Jackie. Thank you so much for the time for this lesson learned session and congratulations on passing your PMP exam. How are you feeling?
Relieved, definitely relieved. I'm very happy and very proud of myself for passing it on the first time.
Yeah, especially on the first attempt, and you did it in almost in less than a month. That's amazing.
Well, if you count
Yeah.
the class was on the 7th. I think it was like exactly 6 weeks from the first day of class.
Yeah, absolutely. After the class, so okay. So almost 30, 35 days. So you took to
Hmm.
prepare for the exam. Wonderful. That's what I expect from my students. Like if they are taking my course, they just
Hmm.
take the exam, right? Right after the course, spend 20, 25 days in preparation and then just schedule the exam and take the exam. Wonderful. I'm so
Hmm.
happy. So, Jackie, what was your exam preparation strategy? How did you prepare for the exam?
So during the test, I mean, during the course, you recommended getting Rita's book. So I got her book. I read it cover to cover. Um, I also did the PMI study hall. So I had a lot of practice questions there of the super tough exam questions and also his drag and drop questions.
All right. And what was your percentage in these mock tests?
They were like the practice exam, like the one that was the 4 hour one was I only did one of them and it was 73%.
All right, 70. So you just did one mock test, one full test.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I
So
did like in study hall, they have like the little mini tests. So I did a bunch of those and a bunch of their practice questions. I probably did around 800 questions, I think.
800 questions. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. How did you find that commitment?
So I was laid off in July, so I had the time, and that was actually one of the reasons why I decided to go for the certification. It was something I wanted to do for the last few years, and it just being laid off and not working, it just gave me that time. So I was able to really commit to the time of studying and reading and watching videos, taking tests, taking practice questions.
All right. Was there anything in the exam that we couldn't discuss during the course?
Um, I don't think so. Like there weren't really any surprises in the exam. Um, I ended up not, I mean, I don't think I'm supposed to say like the questions that were in the exam. Um, but I wouldn't say there were any surprises.
All right. Was the exam difficult or easy?
Um, it was it was tough. It was a tough exam.
All right. It was a tough exam. Okay. How much total time you spent in the preparation, right? In if I ask you in terms of hours.
Um, Including your class, probably including the class and including taking the questions, it was probably around 100 hours.
Around 100 hours. Yes, around
Yeah.
80 to 90 hours. This is what I suggest to my students that this is the time one should allocate for
Yeah.
study. Okay. How did you manage your time during the exam? Was it challenging?
It was more challenging than I thought it was going to be. But what I did was figured out how much, like separating the three sections evenly and then just keeping track of the time. While I was doing the questions, if I saw myself being stuck on a question, I would just flag it and then go back after. But I found that even the ones that I flagged when I went back after, I still ended up keeping the same answer.
All right, all right. And were you confident during the exam that you're going to pass the exam?
Yes, I was.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
that's
the questions were tough, um, but I felt good when I was done.
all right,
And
all right.
luckily, I didn't have to wait long to find out that I passed. So I just had to walk from the exam room to the person at the front desk.
Yeah, absolutely. If you take the exam at the exam center, you get your preliminary results right after your test. Wonderful. Are there any topics that you can shortlist or which are important for the preparation?
Um, I think the just doing the questions was really helpful. Um, because they were just so there was just a wide variety. Um, and some of the situations that were on the test, I remember from some of the practice questions. They weren't the exact same, but they were very similar.
All right, absolutely. And any advice for PMP aspirants?
Um, I would say just go for it. Like I was afraid because I there were tests like some of the practice tests. I was getting like 60s, like and like 57s and but then there were 80s. So I was a little bit nervous about that, but then I passed.
All right,
Well,
absolutely. If one is getting around 70% of the marks in the mock test means they should be confident. They
yeah.
can take the exam. All right. So, Jackie, you have gone through the entire process. You took the course, you read the book, you solved a lot of questions, you took the exam, passed it. What do you think? How important this journey or this entire process is one's personal and professional development in terms of learning?
I think it's going to be very important. While I've been on my job search, there were a lot of positions that have PMP preferred or required. So it really opens up a lot more opportunities for me.
All right. And I wish you best of luck for your
Thank you.
next job. And I would be happy when you let me know like you got a new job.
I will.
All right, Jackie, thank you so much. Your lessons learned would be really helpful for all the PMP aspirants and the students who are taking the exam. Thank you so much. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Bye.